right, let's get this thing cleaned up. I have 750 milliliters of water in both of these already. Let's top them off. Mezzo valve. I think I can do this in 15 minutes, but we'll find out. Here we go. I didn't even use all of it. All right, let's get this thing coated with snake oil now and give it a little bit of hydrophobicity. Get the thing sheeting water real nice. Get it protected from the salt a little bit. Snake oil gets cut about the same way. "30 minutes total, but 9 minutes and 40 seconds to coat with snake oil." So I used about 2/3 of one fill-up of snake oil. Goes a long way on an RV. The RVs are pretty easy because it's a large flat surface, so you don't use nearly as much as like when I did the Chem-X crane in the last video. A half hour to wash and coat a whole RV, not bad. I'm pretty happy with that. All right, well, I got a Christmas party to go hit up. We'll see what this thing looks like in the morning once it's air dried. I missed a spot. In general, it looks pretty good. This was one of the dirtier areas right here. It's looking nice. Not bad. Yeah, I could bring this aluminum a little bit further. Oh, yeah. Nice and clean. So at this point, I'm gonna hit it up with my m-shine, get the rims tuned up a little bit further. I'm gonna mix my m-shine 10-to-1, which is just a good starting point. I think that'll be more than strong enough. M-shine. Yeah, I'm not really measuring. Here's the thing. If I find that it's not doing enough, I'll put more m-shine in here. And if I find it's doing more than enough, I can add more water. This is a blue sticker. This is raw aluminum. Get this looking proper. see the oxidation come right off like as soon as you start wiping it. This stuff is great. It helps prep aluminum before you're gonna polish it too, so it makes it a little easier. Just get some more of the junk out of your way before you get started with polishing. And this is just a cleaner. Like, I've had a few people in the past who misunderstood what was happening here. Is like as if this was shining the aluminum. It definitely does not do that. It only cleans aluminum without damaging it, and it does not remove the shine because it's non-etching. So a mirror polished aluminum surface is reflective because it's been polished smooth so that the light reflects off of it. That's why like you don't want to use aluminum brightener on polished aluminum, because that's an etching acid and that would scramble the surface and literally remove the surface and that polished, you know, smooth finish. And that diffuses the light and makes it look like crap. And for the rubber, just to get any of the junk out of there that I missed, we'll use up my heavy duty APC. This stuff does a really great job of pulling the junk out of the rubber. Someone told me recently to try an HVLP sprayer to apply my tire shine. Honestly, it's pretty cool. I like it. Yeah, these definitely would benefit from a polish, but that ain't gonna be me. I'm just the soap guy. All right, let me show you how much soap I used to coat this RV down. All right, so this is where I started and this is where I ended up. Right there to right there. So that's one fill up. Now I measured the foam cannons out to 750 milliliters of water and 250 milliliters of this. So this is exactly 250 milliliters. And there's 3,700 and change milliliters in a gallon. So with some quick math, we'll figure out the numbers and what that means cost-wise and how many washes you could get. So there's 3,785 milliliters in a gallon. What is 3,785 divided by 250? Oh, it showed me on the calculator here. 15.14. 15 washes on an RV out of a gallon, a set of gallons. Yeah, it's literally exactly a half an inch out of the gallon to fill up the foam cannons with 250 milliliters of product. About 8.5 inches here. So yeah, that kind of makes sense actually. So 8 times 2 would be 16. So then, yeah, that makes sense even on a measuring tape. Now here's the thing with how many washes you're gonna get. It's more about how you move when you're putting on the soap. Because I've seen people stand in one spot and just hammer the vehicle with soap, and they're using way too much, and they're gonna get a lot less washes than someone who moves efficiently and just gets the soap on there and moves on. So I was trying to just get it on there and move on. I could have done a better job too if I had taken more time, but I wanted to see how fast I could do it and how little soap I could use doing it. And so there are a couple spots where I probably will touch up with my awesome sauce spray just to get it 100% for this fella. Yeah, the question of how many washes I'm gonna get, it's a valid question, but it's very hard to answer. Some of you guys have been asking me, what's the difference between snake oil and awesome sauce? And they're both SiO2 sealants. It's just that snake oil is designed to be foamed on and awesome sauce is designed to be sprayed on with a sprayer. So it's two different roads. There's people who don't have power washers or foamers who I still want to be able to give a nice coating to. And also awesome sauce, being that it can be sprayed just straight out of the bottle and wiped. I mean, you can do that at a show. Let's say if you went to a truck or car show and you wanted to tune up your vehicle when you got there, awesome sauce would be much more suitable than snake oil for that. So let's use some awesome sauce on this and I'll show you how that works. I just spotted something really interesting that I wanted to show you. I went a little too fast right here. I don't know if you can see that. It's very subtle, but do you see that line right there? And then that line right there. I missed those spots with the high pressure. So that's how important it is to do a thorough job rinsing. I went a little too quick on this side, and that's why I rinsed from the bottom up so that I can gauge where I was. Because when I rinse top down, all the foam runs off and you get lost because it all looks the same when it's wet. It's not until it's dry that you start to see like where you missed. This came out like garbage. I don't know what happened on this corner. This was parked for a few years in storage. I'm imagining it must have been parked on an angle to where all of the roof was draining right here for years. I probably could have hit it harder with the soap and the pressure, but I messed up here. So this is where I'll apply the awesome sauce just to like tune this up and make it look proper so that I'm not handing this thing back to this guy looking all a mess. This stuff's really forgiving to use because it's able to be applied to a wet surface or a dry surface. You can spray it on and just rinse it with a hose. But I kind of want to wipe it because that'll accomplish a little bit of tune up here for this mess we got going on. But yeah, this stuff is pretty helpful for like after the wash when you're like, oh, I missed a little spot right here. And even after putting the snake oil on there, this is just gonna add to that. You know, you'll still have that same exact hydrophobic kind of effect. One nice thing is this can also be applied to glass. Make your glass all slippery, you know. This is probably my go-to from now on for external glass cleaning, just because it'll help sheet water off of the outside while you're driving in the rain. I think that's kind of cool. That's where this awesome sauce comes in really, really handy. I mean, I think that like to have something to just go over certain areas where you missed something, that's what you want.
Oh baby, oh baby.
Oh my God.
Looks brand new.
Yeah.
Nice and clean.
Absolutely. Those wheels.
Oh yeah.
Oh my
God.
What'd you put on them?
It's my stuff, man. It's my aluminum cleaner.
Oh my God. How do you want to drive this?
I didn't get all of it. I mean, there's still a little bit of stuff right
it looks great. Amazing.
The rest of it I didn't have to touch. I washed it all. It took, how long do you think it took me to wash?
3 hours.
20 minutes.
No. You gotta tell me how to open up a business doing this.
I appreciate you bringing this thing over.
I appreciate you doing this.
So how long had this been in storage? I mean...
This has been outside.
Yeah.
Since I've had it.
Oh, really?
Outside.
When was the last time it was washed?
Probably last season before last.
So 2 years ago?
Yep.
All right.
This is a beautiful rig when you look at it.
It is, I know.
For a 20-year-old vehicle.